Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today so far? I think I'm first, so the pressure's on, right?
You're first. Hi,
You're
Bonnie.
setting the tone.
I
Yeah,
am setting the tone. I hope it's Robbie. We've done this dance before, so I think I've got the thumbs up from you.
Good to
Listen,
see you again.
congratulations. Good to see you too, all of you. Congratulations on this. Oh my God. So thought-provoking. Honestly, I couldn't stop thinking about it after I finished watching. April, I want to start with you because what was it about the script that you thought, my God, really, I want to dive into this sci-fi genre? And like I said, it just gives you a lot to think about.
it's exactly that. When I read the script, was so torn up. I had this tug of war feeling inside of me that was kind of relentlessly bothering me of whether, who I was rooting for in the script. You're rooting for the AI. You're also rooting for our human beings. I'm a big advocate of everything that is organic and human, and I want to protect humanity. And I found myself having compassion for the AI side of things throughout the script. And then in the end, so much happens that you don't expect, and it sort of leaves you with your own thoughts and why did you sort of root for these characters independently of one another. And it just leaves a lot of questions, sort of like of what the future is going to look like, and closer
Yeah.
than, it's a lot closer than being far-fetched than when I originally read it 6 years ago. So we're a lot closer into a world of Simulant now than we ever were before, which is a lot more, well, terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying. Jordana, I want to go next to you because, you play Faye, this woman whose husband passes away. No secret, it happens quite early in the film. But she's got options. She can bring him back to life as a sim. How cool. I mean, really? What were you thinking when you read this? And also, is it something that you would even for 5 seconds to do?
I absolutely would. And I think that's what makes it so terrifying. I think most people probably would bring someone back if they were able to. And then to have to live with those consequences of, does this person feel like the person who left them? Is it the same? Is it not the same? What are the repercussions of it? And what I loved about the film, because I saw it yesterday and it's still so fresh in my mind, was that the Sims are kind of more human. And I think this was what was brilliant about April's direction than the humans, because the humans, like my character especially, lost a little bit of her humanity with the choice she made. And the Sims seem to have souls. And that's sort of what we're playing with now with all this AI and the AI that writes like poetry and papers. I mean, it's so frightening, the precipice of where we're at.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so that leads me into my question to you, Robbie, because, you're playing, real Evan for a few minutes, and now you're Sim Evan, which, it's wow. Okay, how do you wrap your mind around something like that? When you're an actor, do you have to think, because as Jordana just said, he was very realistic. So her not jiving to him, to me, was kind of weird. So what was that like for you to play a guy like this where you're thinking am I real? Am I what? Not very exciting.
I was really lucky to have an amazing director and amazing co-stars and people to work with. So my first conversation with April when I read the script was kind of like, how real is this guy? Should he feel like a robot at times?
Yeah.
And it was nice to play with kind of the change once he gets unlocked by Simu's character. I guess that's not much of a spoiler, but
No.
and just how much more human you become. And like Jordana said, it's really interesting to see the dynamic between the actual humans and the AI and trying to find which one is more human. They kind of feel more free and more open and like they're enjoying what life should be about. Versus the humans, which are just kind of stuck on certain things or unable to expand their horizon.
Yeah, for sure. April, kudos to you for gathering this amazing cast, first of all, but second of all, in the dead of winter. I mean, really, did you pay them extra?
I had to entice them even more because of the snow.
Yeah, really. Toronto, Hamilton, not too warm, but working in this kind of environment, you see there's a lot of outdoor scenes. Sam is out there freezing his butt off. You guys are like, wow. What I wanted to know, April, from you, what ultimately challenged you, something like that, or adding the effects after?
I absolutely love and sort of take on and embrace whatever happens on set because that's your job is sort of to move with grace and keep the ship moving forward and stay positive and work with the elements. Like I always described film as like this moving beast and you sort of ride the wave once it starts and it takes on its own organic, like a human being, whether there's hiccups, mistakes, happy accidents, you sort of embrace all of the elements, which usually has a lot to do with weather. And of course, this time the pandemic and COVID. And so you just have to really gather it all up and make magic out of whatever ingredients end up on the table that day. And it's a blessing. You know, I think the weather and the skies and the rain in the middle of winter with the snow, I think adds a lot to what Simulant and sort of the desolate world and kind of neutral future might look like.
Yeah, it really did add to it, I have to say. It was very, very good. Jordana, what was it like for you, working with Robbie on this level because you had to be distant from this, our great Toronto actor?
So one of the scenes that was improvised was the scene in the greenhouse where we're smoking and we're a little bit looser with each other. And there's a warmth to that scene that was so yummy. And I was so excited watching it because that's where you really saw the humanity and we got to play. And I think it was so difficult because with Robbie, it's very easy to act opposite him and he's so wonderful and he's so good.
Yeah.
And I think that was in the script, the awkwardness, the sort of the fact that things were just not clicking.
Right.
And it was a result of the fact that like I just kept resisting this person who was there and open. And that's what's so heartbreaking is part of me was kind of like, oh my gosh, why doesn't she just try?
Right.
Like, just try. Like you did this. Now deal with the consequences of it. But she just can't. And it was a really interesting thing to play with, but that awkwardness, like I felt it. Oh, it was really uncomfortable for me too.
Yeah. Are you a swimmer? Are you a good swimmer?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not.
but Jordana was so brave and did all of her own swimming on her own. We had a stunts on standby, but she did everything herself. I was even very impressed. I won't say at what because it'll give away so much more of the film that I don't want to give away. But she is an incredible swimmer.
Yeah, listen, your talents are listen, we keep getting more and more surprises from you, Jordana. Robbie, quickly want to ask you, now after having done this film and thinking about it, as I said at the beginning of this interview, it really does make you think like about cloning, about wanting to bring a loved one back. And, people are doing it with their pets already. Like this is not so far-fetched, Did it make you kind of think about stuff like that after the shoot was over?
I think that's one of the things that makes the story so relatable is like Jordana said, if I lost my person, like I would do it. I would totally try this and it would probably be a mistake because there's that thing that they're not going to have. I mean, you make a clone of the person, you're going to know that it's not that person. It is another, it's, version 2. And as amazing as that would be, it would also be terrifying and weird. And I think that this movie really explores that. And I think that that's so interesting because I think if you ask most people, they would be like, yes, I would do anything for another chance.
Yeah. April, how about you? I didn't ask you that question yet. How do you feel,
I
April?
I could. There's something about the small, little moments that I love in life so much. And I just don't think I could handle them being replicated. I don't know if it would do the person that I remember justice or something. I don't think I could. As much as I would want to, for their sake, I think I would try to let them go, says the person who has the hardest time letting go. Trust me.
You know what, though? I think I'm in your camp, too. I don't think I could do it either. It's hard. It's like I said, this one really makes you think. And I really do appreciate all of your time today. Thank you so much. It's a good one. And Jordana, I can't not mention Fast X, a new featurette came out today. We cannot wait to this movie. This is ridiculous. Can you believe that? It's gone 10 films.
Yeah, it's amazing. It spans over 20 years, which I'm so grateful for. Yeah, it's very cool.
Well, we are too. Thank you all for your time today. Really appreciate it. Have a great weekend and Take it easy. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Bonnie.
you so much.
Okay, bye guys.